someone who's in the hospital no matter who the opponent is. He always loses. Even a disabled guy with a broken leg would take him down in a wrestling match.
That was my longest match ever. Did you see how I eluded his hand feet?
A few days back, Stan was the record holder with 20 straight wrestling wins, and he wanted Steve to learn the sport. But the school had canceled the wrestling program, so Stan went there to promote it himself. Nobody wanted to join, so Stan had to force Steve and his friends to sign up. They finally had their first match. Snot got absolutely demolished. Steve lost in seconds, but Barry won easily. The second match rolled around, and Steve lost again. Barry took down his opponent without breaking a sweat. After several more matches, the principal announced that Barry was just one win away from breaking Stan's winning streak. Stan was shocked, and Roger offered to help protect his record. The next day, Roger claimed he'd beaten Barry up badly, but Barry was totally fine. Turns out Roger had mistaken someone else for him. He'd actually beaten up Snoopy. The following day, Roger was sure he'd fixed the problem until Barry burst in and took his opponent down in one hit. Barry was now just one match away from the record, so Stan decided he had to take care of Barry, but a tree blocked his way, and Roger helped him move it aside. Stan was so impressed that he asked Roger to join the tournament and take down Barry. In their match, Harry got kicked clear into the sky, and Roger won. A month later, Roger was still competing and about to break Stan's record. Stan rushed back to school, determined to stop him. Their match finally began. Stan and Roger were evenly matched. Roger kicked Stan into the air, but Stan quickly got back up, and they started grappling. They were deadlocked even after the gym closed, so they moved to a basketball game, then the prom, and even when school started the next year, they still hadn't finished. Francine would even bring them supply. The Smiths. 60 years later, Francine's had countless plastic surgeries. Steve's married his best friend.
We take turns being the girl.
No, we don't.
And Jeff, who accidentally fell into a wormhole, finally made it back to Earth after who knows how long. The house was surrounded by airships, and Jeff couldn't wait to see Hayley. But it was an old woman who answered the door, and before Jeff could react, she threw her arms around him. It was Hayley. She'd waited 60 years for him. The house was falling apart, and Hayley was dying to tell everyone Jeff was home when Francine showed up with a bowl of Jell-O. Jeff was stunned. Steve had married his best friend. They'd made a pact. If neither of them had wives by 21, they'd tie the knot. And Roger? He was ancient now. Even adopted 2 black guys as his sons. Stan had gone through some gorilla transformation.
The 8th uprising is coming, Hayley, and I'll be ready when it does.
But he was furious about Jeff's return. They started chasing each other around, which ended up giving Hayley a heart attack. She was rushed to the hospital, where Jeff ran into Matt, the guy who was supposed to be Hayley's husband. Jeff thought he'd ruined his family's lives, so he decided to hop back in his spaceship and leave Earth again.
Get back here! You wasted my daughter's life, and now you're running away?
Diving into the wormhole once more, Sinbad tried to calm him down. They'd probably get stuck in outer space again, but Roger insisted on going back. After popping through the wormhole, Jeff quickly called Hayley. When he heard her voice, he told her not to wait for him anymore. That's when Roger piped up, telling Hayley he'd accidentally killed one of his black sons. Meanwhile, Matt walked into the room and asked Hayley out on a date.
No witnesses!